good evening, everybody, and welcome to a new and exciting episode of Vecna. Yep, just that right there. Eve of Ruin here at Proficiency Bonus. We've got Shannon back, everybody. Yay! So we are excited, and it was a good thing. We left off right at Selena's turn last time, so I was excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. But welcome, everybody. We're so glad that you joined us for this episode. We've got a lot going on. First, I do want to make a quick announcement that next Monday we will not be having a new episode of Vecna Eve of Ruin. I will be on vacation. I'll be honest. I'll be on the beach. So,
what better place to play D&D?
I will not be in hell. I will be on the beach.
Unless the beach is a form of hell.
Sand and computers don't mix.
That's true, indeed.
Have a rental place, you'll be fine.
Be a lot of extra things to take. I need my 3 monitors.
Do it all the time.
Yeah, you gotta put all back up when you get home.
That's it. That's right.
Say that like we don't do
Monitors,
that.
audio setup.
That's right. Yeah, we'll be taking 1 week off, but then we'll be right back the following Monday to continue on our adventure. I do also want to say that Phandelver and Below will not be streaming this week and next week. This week we have a lot of people that are going to be out, and the following week I will still be on vacation. So we're going to be taking 2 weeks off. Phandelver should be back. I'm hoping to be back on July 4th if things work out. So we'll keep you posted in our Discord. If you're not in our Discord, please go ahead and join. You can click on the big Discord button below, or you can type in !Discord in the chat to get a quick link to that. But I'm not going to diddle daddle too much. We're just going to go right into tonight's episode. And I'm going to change our music because we are currently in a combat encounter with some demons right here in Avernus. Let me play some combat music, something that'll be a little bit better.
And they are just some demons now, because 2 of them gave Orkin their name.
2 of them gave Orgon their name.
Yeah.
Oh, no, those were the devils, not the demons.
Oh, the devils, that's right. Sorry.
So I'm going to take us to the map here. And so, Selena, it is your turn, but just to give you an idea of what happened thus far is... Oh, my computer's lagging for some reason. Stop that. There we go.
I have got some seriously kick-ass music going, though.
So, you guys were aboard this hell machine, this kind of 3-wheeled vehicle that's been moving about. You guys have got to deal with these devils that you will help them get the treasure from this Garistro and all these demons. In return, they will give you a ride to this casino that you guys are looking for, where you believe the next piece of the Rod of 7 Parts is to be found. I think Forrest cast Dimension Door about 350 feet away from this creature and was able to teleport within 10 feet of him. So that's where Hazel and Orcon, they both use that same portal because it remains there for, is that a minute while you concentrate on it, Forrest? Is that correct?
It's an hour, but it's
Hour,
Arcane Gate.
Arcane Gate. Got it, yeah. Dimension Door's 1 time. Yeah, it's Arcane Gate that he cast.
10 minutes.
So there is a portal there that you could just jump into and be right up where they are. But currently you're about 350 feet away from where this is taking place.
Selena would 100% jump through that portal.
Okay, so where you would come out is you're going to come out right beside Hazel, right up here within 10 feet of this massive hulking minotaur-like demon that has like a couple tents on its back, and you can see little smaller demons like flying around on its back, and these larger kind of vulture looking like demons that are flying around it.
Selena is going to move diagonal and take a swing at the one on the left.
They are currently flying, so they are like 25 feet in the air right now.
She will not be doing that. She will be hitting the big one because she is not that tall.
Sure, so you're gonna go for the Garistro?
Yes.
All right.
So if I click the right button. And she is going to activate her flame sword.
Okay, yeah, bonus action, activate flame sword. Got it, yeah. Also, I don't know if you can check your character sheet. I think I tried to add that scimitar to your character sheet.
Yes, I see that.
So I didn't know if you wanted to use that as your offhand weapon or not, but I tried to make sure it was on there.
It says plus 14. And for the damage, I think.
If you score a critical hit with it, you do an additional 14 points of damage to the target.
So I think for now she's going to keep her rapier, and then she might switch later.
And the cool thing about that weapon too is if you roll a natural 20, you immediately get to roll a d20 again, and if you roll a second 20, you can actually hack off a limb from the creature.
Noted. might switch sooner, but for now she's going to stick with her current plan.
Welcome back. We got you a shiny.
Sharp shiny. With a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
So that's 6 piercing and 8 fire damage.
6 piercing, 8 fire. I will say to you that you notice the fire does damage, but it doesn't do as much as you would hope. You've kind of can see that it's resistant to the fire damage.
I was afraid of that.
Might be a common problem in hell.
Yeah, that was...
to change up sooner rather than later, but for now we're going to stick with the current plan.
Okay, you got it. Now you'll have advantage at 25 hits.
Nice.
9 piercing and 5 fire.
Woo.
Nice.
And vexed.
And you got your Vex again, your third attack. That's gonna hit as well. Carving through.
19. That was a good one.
That was a really good one. So, blasting through the arcane gate, Selena just rushes ahead, flame on as the sword ignites, and just 3 quick slashes across would be the ankle of the Garistro, carving at it. Some of its red fur just like shreds from its flesh and kind of withers into like black dust as it falls to the ground.
What type of creature is that size-wise?
This is considered a huge creature.
So that won't work. Huge is bigger than large.
He stands between 20 and 25 feet high.
Oof. Okay, never mind. No trying to trip this guy. It's not gonna work. Okay, that will end Selena's turn.
Okay, you got it. So we'll go to the next to go is the Vrock number 2. He's gonna swoop down towards he like flies around and swoops down here towards Hazel. He's got plenty of speed to do that, and gonna get down there and is gonna make just 2 shred attacks as he comes down trying to gore Hazel. So the first one's only gonna be an 11, and I think I have to subtract a d6. Yeah, that's gonna miss anyway. So here's the second one, 17.
That hits unless the d6.
D6 because it has muddled thoughts. -3, so it's a 14.
It still hits.
Still hits with a.
Close.
So you'll take 7 piercing, an additional 15 poison damage from the attack.
This is why I rant about doors every time, because that was all my 10 hit points. We're fine.
And I think at the end of its turn, it makes an additional intelligence save to try to get rid of the spell effect from synaptic static.
I believe so. Looking real quick.
Wait, let me check to see if it has advantage. It does have advantage, so it'd be a 19, a natural 20, 19.
Fails.
Still fails?
Yeah.
It can't
spell save DC's a 20.
It cannot succeed because it rolled a natural 20 on this, so I won't even bother making their saving throws anymore.
Wow.
So it still has muddled
Particularly
thoughts.
smart, these ones.
It swings down. It's going to stay right there. Keyor, it is your turn.
Question. Where does that door open up on the other side?
Right
behind.
Yeah, right behind Forest and beside Hazel in that gap there.
Because, I mean, I got 2 options. I can move up 40, shoot, move up 40, shoot. But I don't know how far I am, so I'm just going to take the doorway there if I pop up. Because the doorway is right in front of me, right?
Yeah, right around in that spot.
Okay, so that's 5.
Sure.
All right. And then I'm going to back off a little bit here. And I'm going to bonus action. Planar Warrior.
Okay.
And I'm going to go for Vrock 2.
Vrock 2. You got it.
All right, here we go. Let's start it off.
Oh, natural 20.
Damn.
Okay.
15 points of damage? Yeah, it looks like it's got the 8 plus the 7.
8 plus 7, okay.
But plus you got to roll your planar warrior. You get to roll 4 d8s, I believe, for that because of the crit.
4 d8s. Here we go. How about another 16?
Another 16 on top of it with the crit. Nice.
All right. And second attack on the same Vrock.
You got it.
Let's see here. This will be a 1. Watch. I can feel it.
Oh, don't ever call it out, Tony.
Don't put things out like that. I learned that lesson on Friday.
19 still hits. That is a hit.
And that will just be regular. All that other damage was, sorry, I should keep saying this, force damage. This is just regular damage. Piercing, magical.
Got it.
Oh, I hit the wrong one again. Sorry.
You're good.
At 3 out of the way. Another 5.
5 points of damage to the target. As Keyor flies through the portal, kind of shifts back there towards Orkhan, just takes 2 quick shots. One of them directly hits this creature in the neck. It squawks awkwardly with this terrible squeal as it's sitting there trying to maul at Hazel. And then actually the slow property on that longbow as well, so slows it down a bit.
Does it have to land?
Already.
I thought there was like a boot or something that I was using. There it is. There's the boot. Put that on there for slow. All right. Good turn, Keyor. It is the Garistro's turn. What is it going to do? It's just gonna multi-attack. It's his best thing that it can do right now. It can make 1 or 2 slam attacks and 1 brutal gore attack.
Ooh.
So it is going to attempt to slam Selena twice, like step on her with its foot, and then it's going to brutal gore Forest. Since they're both like right there. So here comes a slam against Selena. Natural 20 for a 33.
Ouch.
That's gonna hurt. So
There's
that's
nothing I can do.
that's 50 points of bludgeoning damage.
Gosh, okay.
I already used my silvery barbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like scrambling. Like, what do I have?
We're okay for now. I'm good for now.
That was crazy. So the Gristro immediately after, like, you felt all of the Gristro's heal on that one, Selena, as it just like crushes you into the red dusty dirt down on the ground, and he's gonna take a second slam against you. This time is only a 20.
Second
Oh,
slam,
yeah,
I would
yeah.
get my attack with Sentinel.
Your Sentinel, yeah, go ahead and make your Sentinel attack.
I should have advantage from the silvery barbs from last week.
You do. Silvery barbs. That's a 22 is gonna hit.
14. I know 19 from the sword.
19 from the sword, you got it.
2 more from life drink.
2 from Life Drinker.
And I'm going to do an Eldritch on this attack. That'll be 21 force damage, and he is knocked prone.
21 force damage? Is there any stipulation with the prone? Does it just say he's prone, or does he...
Yeah, he's just prone as long as he's huge or smaller.
Huge or smaller? Okay, he is huge. So... with that strike, is you hear this flash of radiant light on top of almost like a thunder crack across this dust just starts to fly out across the ground of this thing. It just timbers over and a dust cloud emerges all around you. Everybody make a perception check for me, please. Look at that. Oh, look at these rolls. Orcon, you're probably trying to just shield the dust from your eyes during this moment.
Yeah. Not
The
feeling
dust is-
necessary.
You can see on its back there are a few other demons that are aware of what's going on, and there's some small demons that are flying around. Beside this tent, there is a cage strapped to the back of this Gristro, and in it you see something that looks like a majestic white horse with a horn sticking from its snout.
Whoa.
Pony.
Well, we're not letting them take the pony.
Well, we all know what we have to do now.
I made a deal. We must honor the deal.
No, we save the pony and screw all else. We ride the pony to the casino.
Selena wants to climb up the back.
This isn't Washington, D.C. When we make a deal, we honor it.
Listen, all I'm saying is you made a deal.
The Gristro is prone.
And its speed is currently 0 from the Sentinel attack.
Okay, speed is
So
0.
it doesn't get that second attack on Selena.
Let me double check something really quick. Yep,
Think
can
you're
can be prone. Yep.
You just make attacks with disadvantage.
Take attacks with disadvantage. I already rolled the Grisha's second attack. Disadvantage would have been 22 to hit. As he was lumbering to the ground, he would have probably just kicked up his other leg towards Selena. And I think a 22 is still going to connect.
Well,
Yeah,
I certainly tried.
unfortunately. I appreciate the
35 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
Selena needs to get out of the kick zone. She knows better.
Yes, you're definitely in the kick zone. It can still make its gore attack, but it will be making it at disadvantage against Forest.
Head along the ground at
Yeah, it's just gonna try to like scoop up like some of the dirt as it's carving the landscape with its horns. So here's the gore attack. Brutal gore. Disadvantage is a 15.
Nope.
That is a really bad roll. So I'm gonna spend a DM reroll.
I don't
And I'm
know
gonna
that was coming.
I'm gonna try this again because that was a really bad roll, chat. I want to do better for you. So, so let's try
them.
this again. Yeah,
It's not enough that you stepped on our halfling her first night back.
This is for our viewers. That's the way you welcome people back into D&D, is you step on them with massive demons.
We're gonna have a talk.
Brutal gore coming back. This time is an 18. It still isn't gonna hit you.
No.
Just sparks fly up from Forest's armor as it's not able to pierce it. And that will end the Grisha's turn because he doesn't have any movement left, so he can't even stand. He will make an intelligence save, although I don't think he can succeed.
He has any kind of minus.
Nope. I'm not even going to make that roll because he can't succeed. He still has muddled thoughts. Yep. All right. That ends the Grisha's turn, bringing us to Vrock 1.
Wait a minute. Selena, what's your AC?
18.
Oh,
Roll
would
a
one of those
D6.
matter? The second one would have mattered.
It's a
Huh?
22. If you roll a 4,
It's a 1.
that's right.
We all tried.
Good effort. Good effort. I like it.
Well, thank you, Beyond, for gifting the sub.
Yeah, thanks, Beyond, for the gifted sub. Appreciate it. And for your subscription at the beginning of the session. I appreciate that.
Aww.
This Varrock swings around, seeing these individuals in the back here, swings around this way and zooms down towards Orkhan. And it's gonna make 2 shred attacks against Orkhan. First one is a 14. I don't think that's gonna hit you. Nope. Second one's coming at you. Only a 13.
Nope.
They both miss. Orkhan, you're kind of brushing the dust out of your eyes and you just duck right out of the way as this thing swoops and screeches right over the top of you. It cannot make the saving throw, so it's not even going to bother as it still has muddled thoughts. Bringing us back to Forest's turn.
It's still prone, so I'll make a couple attacks against him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that hits.
20 damage plus 4 more from Inge.
That's a 24 total.
Nice.
It looks bloodied, Forest.
Yes.
And a crit. And there you go.
Well, let's see here. Sword does 34.
34?
And let's just let's go ahead with a divine smite, I suppose. 1 sec, gotta make sure it's automatic.
Oh, and I keep forgetting that sword has sap on it. You gotta remind me about that.
I mean, it had disadvantage from prone already, so it didn't matter that time.
Yeah.
For another 52 radiant damage.
52.
It would have had disadvantage on the first attack against Selena.
No, because I hit it after the first attack. That's what
Oh,
what
okay.
triggered the second.
Oh, yeah, with the sentinel feet, yep.
Oh, that's right, because you couldn't attack your first turn because you used arcane.
52 radiant damage as the sword carves into the Garistro. Wow. The Garistro looks badly hurt, laying there, spilling its strangely dark Icarus type blood onto the hellish landscape in front of you.
Still alive, so I think I'm just gonna take one step this way.
Okay.
Yeah, for sentinel reasons.
I forgot to do this at the beginning of this round, but what you guys would have noticed too is the devils from the vehicle are all flying in from above. Now that the Garistro is down on the ground, and you can see one of them kind of like takes out this. It looks like a whip that's glowing with this electrical blue energy, and it takes the whip. It takes.
I have one of those.
takes the whip and flings it down towards one of these like little demons that are flying around, and it wraps around the one little demon, and he's like, Michael, catch! And whips it over towards him, and Michael has this massive sword that's kind of like glowing with a little bit, it looks like black fire. And as this whip kind of unloads this demon into the air, this devil just slices it completely in half, and you see it just dissolve into this strange black ichor as it falls away. It looks like these three devils are just swooping in upon this camp and just laying the smack down on all these demons that are on the back of this Garistro in the middle of this, while you guys are attacking the larger demons here at the bottom. So, Orkhan, what would you like to do?
Okay, well, my plan has sort of gone all to heck because this thing is now right in front of me.
Eric in chat, I know how you feel. Eric says, hates DMing PCs with silvery barbs. Indeed, it is.
We have one a day. We do it as fair as possible.
We're going to circle it a little bit. And then we're just gonna, this really isn't my problem. This needs to be Selena's problem. So we're gonna start trying to shove this thing away. My first attack, bonus action, I need a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Trying to use my telekinetic shove.
That's a 21 to save.
Yeah, so that'll save.
Well, actually, technically it would have had advantage. It would have been a 22.
Stronger than they are smart.
Okay, so we're gonna first attack has disadvantage. 23.
Yes.
That is 14 force and 6 thunder.
14 force 6 thunder, so a total of 20 damage.
And it's pushed back 10 feet.
10 feet closer to Selena.
Okay, now number 2, 25.
Oh yeah.
And number 3 is a 30.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so 8 force and another 10 feet.
8 force. So this thing was kind of hovering around you, and Selena's short. So this thing it goes right over top of Selena as it's flying back here. So it goes 10. It's behind Selena now.
And last one is another 10 damage and another 10 feet.
You got it. Another 10 damage,
Don't
and
you have
it goes.
4 Eldritch Blasts now?
I said what?
Don't you have 4 Eldritch Blasts now?
Apparently I do.
Oh, 4 Eldritch Blasts. Oh,
Didn't
natural
matter.
one. Oh, no.
Well, still only had 3.
That one just hits the hellish landscape, and you see a bunch of dust and dirt just fly up into the air, covering the Varrock. Is that end your turn, Orkhan? Do you want to move anymore, or?
I'll move up. Yeah, because this thing's looking pretty bad, so I'll move up a little bit, get in front of Kior, put myself between the big thing and Kior.
Okay, you got it. That brings us to Hazel.
Okay. My plan has also changed, as it does every single time we do this. So this rock is right next to me, yeah?
It is, yes.
Like right on top of me. Cool.
Yeah, just kind of like hover flying right there.
Okay. Then... No, I don't want to do that for them. Boop, boop, boop. All my stuff is distance. Boop, boop, boop. This is dumb. Boop, boop, boop. Screw it. I'm just going to
Wand of
cast...
Wonder, point blank range.
Yeah, what can go wrong?
Nah,
Oh, totally do it. I'm here for it. Let's go. Game due north. Hit that Garistro.
I'm going to cast Starry Wisp at the rock that's got my business. Since it's close, that's disadvantage, yeah?
Yeah, it's right up next to you, so you would have disadvantage or a ranged attack.
Okay, let's see. 24.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You hit it.
And it's 19 damage, radiant damage.
19 radiant damage as the Starry Wisp blast it from point blank range. It is bloodied.
Okay, and then nah, I'm not gonna do that. Yep, that's my turn. I'm not gonna try to get away from this thing because it'll swipe at me, and I have forest to hide behind, so I'm just gonna stay right here.
It's a good place to be, right next to forest.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep one eye across at Selena because that thing stepped on her, but I have to get this thing away from me in order to help her. So
You got it.
and that's my turn.
Selena, back to you after taking a couple of those brutal kicks from the Garistro.
She is pissed. Because
As she should be.
she didn't really like the taste of the dirt. She's going to switch her weapon.
Okay.
She's extra pissed, and she's going to use the Scimitar of Sharpness.
Okay.
Do I have to attune to it first? Or
I think I might have already attuned you to it.
We tuned you to it when we were resting before we came here.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I think I did that. Yeah, you guys had several days to get ready,
Yeah, we
so I
prepped
think
for
I
a
did.
while, so.
So that's a 24.
24 hits.
So that and automatically roll the damage. 22.
You
Yeah,
have advantage. It is prone.
Yeah, you do have advantage because it is prone, so you can roll again to see if you get that natural 20.
Closer.
Closer, not quite. So since you didn't roll a 20, you don't get that 14. So it's only the 8 points of damage.
Okay.
You have to roll the nat 20 to get that bonus to the damage roll.
So it just automatically rolls it at the same time.
Yeah, it automatically just rolls it so that way you don't have to do more clicking.
This one.
And you'll still have advantage because it is prone.
28 to hit.
28 will hit.
9 slashing.
9 slashing damage there.
One more. Not so good. 17?
17 is not enough.
You got resources.
Got lots of resources you can use.
I am going to use a maneuver, my precision attack, to add this to the roll.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. So you're adding 10, plus it adds that to damage?
I think precision's only to hit.
Is only to hit. So you add 10 to hit. That is going to hit. You can roll your damage on that one. Yeah, you're right. So 7 points of slashing damage on that one. You're carving away at it, but it is still there on the ground, bleeding profusely, kicking around. Dust is flying everywhere nearby. You got these like red dust clouds like forming all around it from the landscape around you.
She's going to use Second Wind to try and regain some HP.
All right.
So I don't know if that automatically adds.
Yep.
So it's 26.
26.
26 HP.
Nice.
That's almost one of those attacks all the way back. Look at that.
And then she will end her turn there.
All right. Good turn. The Vrock that's over here next to Forest and Hazel is gonna do. It's gonna. It actually it lands and furls its wings upon its back. It's kind of like sitting there on all fours, and it's just gonna let out this terrible screech in your direction. So what I need is for everyone within 20 feet of that Vrock. Let's see, I think that is going to be everybody. I need you guys to make... let me double check what saving throw this is. This is a Constitution saving throw for me. 21 is a success. 29 succeeds. 22 succeeds. 27 succeeds.
Did mine roll or no?
I don't see yours, Orkon.
Show up. I mean,
Did you whisper it?
Oh no, I forgot to click the pop out.
right. It was asking if it was a warcaster check.
13 will fail. Orkon, do you want to
But
spend any
actually,
resources? Oh, yeah, because you're in the aura, just barely. But you're in the aura +5, so that will make it a success.
Nice.
Everyone succeeds as you guys get this strange feeling like a fear just trickle down your spine for a split second. But you know what? This is hell. You know, we're here for a reason and we're going to stick to it. Your willpower, you just fight through it. We're going to deal with these demons and get whatever the treasure that they want. So yeah, you guys are not frightened by this. And that's all. Oh, yep, and it doesn't do any damage either. So that's all it does. Kior, your turn.
Are they all bloodied?
The one that's flying, the one that got tossed back here by all the Eldritch Blasts isn't bloodied, but it is injured.
Okay, I'm gonna go after that one then.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna step here, just in case that thing tries to do that again. And bonus action, Planar Warrior. That'll take everything and turn it into force damage.
Mm-hmm.
And first attack.
Oh, yes, indeed. 30 will hit. You guys enrolling above 30s.
Plus the 2d8 for Planar Warrior. Ooh. Another 13. Oop, did that come up?
It did not come up.
No.
What the heck?
Technology's fighting us today.
I'll do it again. It may be more. 9.
9 damage.
There it is.
It is definitely bloodied now as this arrow of sparkling force energy crashes right into the creature.
Okay. And again, same thing. But this time without the force damage, it'll be just magical piercing.
Okay.
Boom.
That will strike its target as well. So another arrow is loosed. 10
more.
damage. Look at that. 10 more to the Vrock. You hit it kind of like in the base of the wing. It seems to stumble a bit, but still got some life left in it, Kior.
And I will move there, and I'm done.
All right. The Garishro begins its turn. and is going to use half of its movement to stand.
Yeah.
It does not like being on the ground here, so it lumbers up. Raises up to almost its full height. You can see it kind of like leaning to one side where Selena has carved big chunks out of one of its legs. And it is going to... It's going to start with the gore attack this time against Forest.
Disadvantage on this.
Disadvantage. You got it. Brutal gore coming at you. A 26 minus the d6 because it's muddled thoughts.
Oh yeah.
20.
Oh, yeah. Misses.
As it tries to gore you and scoop it up again, it's getting frustrated with you, Forrest, and it's going to try to slam you, Forrest. Here comes a slam. 24 to hit?
Even if you roll a 1 on that, it'll still miss me.
Even if I rolled a 1, it would still hit you? Or miss? Oh, okay. All right. Last try. A 30.
Oh!
Minus a d6. A 4, so it's a 20.
Doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, I'll cast shield.
Shield, okay. With a magical,
nice
magical wave. Magical wave from the hand, and the foot tries to come down to trample Forrest, but is shifted to the side as this magical energy just protects Forrest from the incoming onslaught of the foot. And it cannot make the saving throw at the end of its turn. That's all it does. It's going to stay put because it's a big, stupid demon creature. It just wants to kill you and probably eat you, and then throw you. Probably. Oh, it really wants to punt somebody. That's really what it wants to do.
It's been trying.
It's been trying. The Garistro ends its turn. Rock number 1 is very frustrated that it is knocked way back here. It's going to actually fly around Selena over here, and it's going to go after Kior over here on the other side.
It is slowed.
Yeah, it had 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 out of its 60 feet fly speed.
Oh, okay.
So, easy. It's all
trying
good.
to save you.
Yay! So, that one is going to just go ahead and shred Kior. A 10.
No.
You know what? Tony, your friends are watching, so I'm going to roll a DM reroll.
Because your friends want to watch you suffer.
That's right. Your friends would be disappointed if I didn't try again.
This is true. Bastards.
And I roll worse. A 9.
The aura is too much.
And here comes the second shred. Let's try to hit this time. 17? Huh?
That one will hit.
But it has to roll a d6 because of muddled thoughts.
Oh.
That's only a 1. 16?
16 will hit.
All right. That will be...
Oh, and Bo just gave you a reroll.
Oh, thank you, Bo. I appreciate that. 11 piercing. 11 piercing plus 9 poison damage. So if you're not resistant to the poison, that's a total of 20 points of damage as this Vrock just slashes you with its just razor sharp demon talons across the chest.
I have 2 temporary hit points left. Things are looking bad.
I'll put my DM rerolls back up to 6. Thank you. And that ends the Vrock's turn, bringing us to the top of the round. What you guys see here is you can see that the devils that have been swooping down out of the sky are just destroying these demons upon the Gristro's back. Now that the Gristro got back up, they're flying up a little bit higher. there's this one demon that has lots of spikes like sticking up off of it. Kind of almost looks like a hedgehog of some sort, but it's a massive beast. And it jumps up into the air, and then one of the devils like swoops in with their feathery wings like down and just gores the demon, just impales it with their sword bathed in this black magical light, and just flies up in the air with it, and then turns the sword upside down and lets it slide off the sword and fall, and then lands like 10 feet away from Selena on the ground with this cloud of red dust that just shifts up into the air when it slams onto the ground. And it's sort of, Selena, as you're watching it, as it hits the ground, it just dissolves and bubbles into this weird blackish ichor and like bleeds into the ground.
Selena's like staring at it, watching it happen, be like curious, like she wants to go touch it, but there's also this giant thing, and she's like, it's like, what just happened? But that thing tried to trample me.
All right, Forrest, you're back up.
The big guy's looking quite hurt, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Try to finish him off then, I think.
Oh yeah.
27 probably.
27 will hit.
21. +1 from like.
21 plus 1, you got it. Still badly hurt, but it's still standing.
Oh, 21 to hit.
21 to hit, that hits.
14.
14 damage. It's almost down on a knee, Forrest. Just glaring at you, this terrible black blood oozing out from its gums and like dripping down onto the ground beside you.
Well, I'll use one more Divine Smite on him first.
Is that the pity Divine Smite that you're giving him right now?
Yes. Put him out of his misery. 15 more damage.
Indeed, you do put him out of its misery as this divine energy just flashes through the power of the sword. The demon just like looks up towards the sky of this hellish landscape and just screeches and roars. He falls and smacks his face down on the ground in front of you and immediately begins to dissolve, just like the other demons were as they were killed, into this bubbly black ichor. And all the other demons like that were standing on its back kind of lose their footing, fall off to the side. You can see some of the other devils are just going through with their swords and just slicing them into bits. As this Garistro turns into just like a black puddle of goo right there in front of you.
Yeah, that was thoroughly unpleasant.
You can hear the devils as they're flying around. They're cheering as the Garistro falls. Anything else, Forrest?
Nope. Was action and bonus. All good.
All right. You got it. Also, Beyond redeemed a player reroll for you guys, so it's in there as well.
Thank you, Beyond.
Orcon, you're next.
Okay, so Morgan's gonna step up, seeing the big one's down. Doesn't really have much of a concern anymore. Gonna step into the middle and gonna go Rocco from Boondock Saints. One Eldritch Blast this way, one that way, and cross the arms and go in the other direction.
Nice.
Cool.
It's either gonna look really cool or he's gonna look like an idiot.
Possibly both.
So you attacking? Which one are you attacking first?
So rock number 1.
You got it. 21 will hit.
Okay, so that is 15 total, 9 force, 6 thunder, and it's pushed 10 feet.
10 feet away from Kior. You got it.
Then Vrock 2.
Strikes target true as well, right over Hazel's shoulder.
That is 7 force, 10 feet.
7 force, push back 10. You got it.
Nice.
This was one that landed, so it's like trying to scrape at the ground and hold its ground as you're smacking it with this energy.
There we cross the arms, go back to 1.
Crit.
Oh my god.
Oh, really? That's it. 1
good.
on
1 on the crit die, so 15 total.
15 total.
And it slides back 10 more feet.
10 more, and then back to number 2.
They all
At least we
hit.
hit.
Look at that.
And that's 11 force and another 10 feet.
11 force and another 10 feet as it slides across the red sand of the ground. Amazing.
That'll end my turn.
And your turn, Hazel. You got a little
Seeing
distance
that-
between you and the creature
Yeah.
now.
So seeing that the big guy is down, she's able to like not be looking over her shoulder right now. So she is just gonna turn back to the rock that came after her. Want to use anything else? Nah. Stick to what I know here. And I'll do Starry Wisp again to try to hurt it a bit. I'm saving my resources because we are in the house. 19 hit?
That hits, yes.
Boop, boop. For 25 damage.
25 damage. It's badly hurt, but it is still standing.
And then, because I can, and that thing's dead, I'm gonna move away towards Selena. And when I get to Selena, I will just pat her on the shoulder, and I will give her some extra healing with the Fey energy pool. So
Thank you.
so 3d6. Let's see here. What you get? 8 healing, and then 3 temp hit points. Back to Selena, just to bump her up a little bit because we're still in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my turn.
All right. That does bring us right to you, Selena. You feel a little bit better now.
Yes. She pats the hand that Hazel put on her. It says, "We got this." Out of character question, for the weapon masteries,
Mm-hmm.
the scimitar has Nick, but the short sword I've been using has Vex. Can I use Nick and Vex in the same turn, or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, Selena, how close is Rock 1? I know you said the map was not entirely accurate.
Well, it is now that you guys all went through the portal. It wasn't accurate because I didn't have enough space to show like the distance between the actual portal and where you guys were. But right now, everything should be accurate when it comes to distance.
Would Selena be able to actually hit this rock? Because you said they were up pretty high.
That one is kind of it's just like hovering there above the ground. So yes, you could hit that one.
Okay, perfect.
They flew down to try to claw at you guys.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure if part of their movement was they could fly back up.
They could if the people shooting them with the arrows wouldn't take their movement away from them.
Selena is going to take a swing at the rock with the scimitar.
Go for it.
14?
14 isn't enough.
She's
We'll
gonna
say
try
you're
again.
pretty close.
We could use a probo.
28 is definitely enough.
28. 28 works. So
Ooh,
6 slashing.
6 slashing damage.
And then she's going to switch to her flame sword for this next hit. 14 again.
14 is still not enough. You're real close.
Probo.
Here's a probo.
Do you have 3 proficiency bonuses there? You'd
I'm
like
gonna
to use
a
one.
precision attack again.
A what?
The maneuver precision attack again.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yep.
Out of 1.
And a 1 is all you needed. So you turn it into a hit.
Yes.
So 8 piercing and 8 fire.
Let me double check these. Yeah, they are also resistant to the fire damage, so it'll do 12 total damage.
Yeah.
As you're carving through. It is barely there, Selena.
I think I get 1 more attack as a bonus because of the nick.
Actually, it doesn't even count as your bonus action because of Nick. It counts as like a free offhand attack as long as you took the attack action.
Yes.
That's gonna, well, it wouldn't be your longsword though. You'd have to use the scimitar to do it.
Even better.
Yeah.
I think it's the same bonuses, so.
17.
And because you hit with the flame tongue longsword that had Vex, you have advantage on this roll. So
Keep
you could
forgetting
roll that.
about the.
Yeah, you could
the
roll that
Vex.
again and see if you get the natural 20.
Oh.
17 is still good enough to hit it, so you can roll your damage. Whoa,
11.
11.
Nice.
And that's enough to do
Max
it. As
damage.
you take with your kind of nonchalantly, you just make it like an uppercut stroke with the sword, and you carve this thing's head completely off of its body. And as it falls in these 2 pieces, you see it bubble into that black ichor and turn into a puddle on the ground in front of you.
She turns and looks at Hazel and the rest of the party and be like, that one's not going to be a problem anymore. Who's next? And she just like starts spinning it.
Very nice.
Like the new toy that you guys have given her.
Does that end your turn?
Yes.
All right. Vrock 2 is the last to go. What does the Vrock have left that it can do?
Run.
It's gonna do this last thing that it's
They're
got.
not smart.
It's gonna fly its way to the middle of all of you. It's actually gonna fly like 10 feet above you guys to about right here. And it's gonna use an ability called Spores. I need everybody within 20 feet of it. Let's see if Selena is going to be within 20 feet. Nope, Selena's safe. Everybody except for Selena needs to make Constitution saving throws once again for me. $15 saves, 30 saves, 18 saves. Kior's not in the range of the aura. Do you want to use a chat resource, Kior? Because the 9 is going to fail. You know that a 15 succeeds.
That's a probo.
That only give me 5 more though. That's a 14.
But no,
Oh, we have plus
proficiency is a 6.
proficiency now.
At 6 now.
Are you guys
Only
at
6?
6 now? That's
Yeah.
insane. That is insane.
Probo.
Using a probo. Well, guess what? A probo turns it into a success. Well done,
Thank you,
chat. Yes, thank you, chat. Yeah, these terrible spores were like falling out around this this demon as you begin to like almost it's like a black cloud of these small particles all around you, and you guys are just trying to cough them out, like prevent from breathing them in. And let me double check and make sure there's no failure. Nope, you only take the damage if you fail, so nothing happens. And it's just flying there about 10 feet above you guys. Bring us to Kior's turn. Oh, gotcha. In the meantime, the other devils are flying around. They're just annihilating what demons are left. We almost have the treasure, it's almost ours! And they're just like slashing away, just like keep flying above you guys, just dive bombing these demons and stuff.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm going to get a better stance for here, and I am going to bonus action Planar Warrior, and I'm going to shoot twice.
Got it. With it flying above all your companions, makes for an easy target. That will hit.
Okay, 11 piercing. Oh, this is all going to be force,
Got
actually.
11 force plus your 2d8.
Another 10.
Another 10. It is barely hanging on, Kior.
So I pull one more bow, bring it up, and look at Selena and say, I think it's time to come back, and I let it fly.
Oh, without even looking, I like it.
Really funny time to roll on that one.
Orkon gets an arrow in the back of the head.
And you don't even have to roll damage on this one, Kior. Just describe how this one goes down.
As soon as I look at her and say that, I just let the arrow go and I look back and say, and watch its head just explode over everyone, and all the ichor comes down on everyone. I'm like,
oh yeah, it's just a splattery puddle all around you guys right here, and you can see over on the other side, the 3 devils have pinned this kind of like hedgehog-looking demon with long, elongated arms and claws and terrible gaping maw of teeth, and it's slowly backing up, and 2 of the devils like take out these glowing whips of blue energy. One of them wraps it around one of their legs, the other one from the other side wraps it around another one of his legs, and they pull into like this split, and the demon falls down face first, and the last devil flies up, does like a front flip in the air, and takes the sword and just swipes right down through the demon and into the dirt on the ground, and that demon just begins to bubble in black goo. And all of the demons have been taken care of. I'll remove all those turns.
I am not cleaning myself off.
Hazel's like licking the ichor off of her face as she runs, and she's gonna run around to the back of the Garistro because there was a fancy pony in there, and she wants the pony out. So I will use a speech of Beast and Leaf to talk to it and try to calm it, and just be like, we're gonna get you out, it's okay, we're gonna get you out, and
I have a
calm it down a little bit.
Quick question to ask you. I gotta check something really quick. Why am I not seeing it now? Oh, here it is. The horse begins to attempt to talk to you as you approach the cage. Do you understand either Celestial or Elvish?
Celestial and Sylvan. So yeah, but I get Celestial. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. This is all in Celestial. I must be freed. My name is Sterling.
Sterling, I'm Hazel. These are my friends. 1 second, and she'll look at the cage to try to figure out. Like, I'm assuming there's like a key lock or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely has a lock on it. You can hear somebody shout over it. Hey, what are you doing? Don't let that thing out.
I look back at the what I assume are one of the devils who said don't let it
Yeah,
out.
the devil's like one's like sheathing it in his sword. Michael like starts like walking towards you. What are you doing? That's the treasure.
No. You said we were here to get scrap. This isn't scrap. This is a creature.
I didn't say we were coming to get scrap. I said we were coming to get treasure. I said sometimes we go out and we collect scraps. That's how we make a living. But this is bigger than a scrap. This is a unicorn. See?
Yeah, I do. And it's kind of like my cousin, so you can just... Well, you can stay here because we're already in the hills.
One of the devils like walks up. And says, did she just say it was her cousin? She's related to a unicorn?
Don't think she means it literally. It's just weird things, Feywild.
I look at Sterling and back to the Celestial and just say, why are you in a cage and why do they want to keep you in the cage? Other than they're devils, we get that, but
I would assume I'm a very valuable commodity.
I just want to... We've been doing this too long. Hazel's paranoid. I'm just insight checking Sterling at this point. She's
Insight checking the unicorn. You got it.
I'm just trying in case it has a history of being dangerous. We have advantage on that, right? Because
insight. Yeah, your Vecna link gives you advantage.
30.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Tior stores his bow and then pulls his shield and the sword and puts it in hand, but doesn't activate it just yet.
Okay, sure. With a 30, you can tell. Yeah, the unicorn just wants out of here. It's obviously found itself in a predicament and needs to be freed and needs to get out. And the devils kind of are standing over there to the side, looking at you guys. Well, this was the deal. You were going to help us get this unicorn. Do you know how much that horn on its head is worth?
When it says that, Selena picks up her sword just a little bit, like, I'm gonna
you're
fight
gonna
you.
name it now.
You
Yeah,
trying to
like,
this thing?
Before this,
Perhaps not with the violence yet. We did make a deal.
we made a deal for treasure. A living creature is not a commodity.
it very well is in the hells, unfortunately. But before we
We're
into another
now
fight,
haggling price. That's it.
3 heads for freedom.
That's rather
Let's make this a
violent.
it's simple. Is there something we can trade you for the unicorn?
Well, how about what you got? You got something more valuable than a unicorn horn?
That
Actually,
depends. We have a number of magic items that we don't.
That we
Use
might be
regularly.
willing to.
Hey, I'm okay with some magic items. Sure. What you got?
Are you familiar with the Gem of Seeing?
Gem of Seeing. Okay, you know what a Gem of Seeing is? I think so. It's in good shape.
I was using it just last week, actually. And as far as I know, it's working in perfect order.
Let the dungeon master check something really quick.
In that voice.
Yeah, that's right.
Selena also has something.
Forrest, as you're holding up this, go ahead and make a persuasion check for me with... I'll give you advantage on it because of the Gem of Seeing that you're offering up. Ooh, 28. You know what? With the Gem of Seeing, we could probably come a little bit close. If you got something else you could throw in with it. maybe we could look the other way and let the unicorn go.
Orkin will pull out the +1 wand of the War Mage.
Yeah.
Selena has a +1 dagger that's elven made from Web's Edge as well.
One of the devils points at you, Orcon. What's with the stick?
Do any of the three of you by chance use magic?
Magic. We're just magical, you know?
Well, if
Yeah.
this wand can enhance your ability, it will make it easier when you use your magic to hit people.
Oh, yeah. I know that thing. I think Earl had one of those at one point. Poor sap. Walks up, reaches out the hand for you to hand the wand over.
Hands the wand over.
Whew. You didn't take good care of this thing, though.
It's got into some rough spots with it occasionally, but I'm still standing, so...
What do you say, Nikkei? Look, we got two of these valuable magic items now. You think we can get enough soul coins to keep the Venatrix running for, a week or two more? And they're all kind of like, you can see she starts shaking her head and, yeah, I guess we can go with the magic items. Fine. Hey, good job on that Garistro, by the way. They take the magic items and they just start walking away from the battlefield like they're walking slowly towards the Venatrix that's over there, even though they could fly if they wanted to. They just want to make it really dramatic now. And
You're also giving us a lift, though, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, just give us a moment to clean up. We'll be right there.
Sure. They slowly walk away with their two.
Out, right?
So they took the Gem of Seeing from you and they took the +1 wand of War Mage.
That guy.
Already removed it.
My pearl of power, but okay.
So, what do we see in all these cages? And is that a chain?
Pick the lock, right?
It looks like a bunch of scraps. This looks like a scrapyard. Really, this was just the best map that I could find to give you guys a random battle because they didn't have a map for this encounter in the adventure, so I just threw this one together.
Gotcha.
There's nothing else among all the dead bodies and everything.
There is not. It seemed like when they were killed, they just kind of dissolved into black goo, and that was it.
I don't know who wants to give this a go, but either someone has to pick this lock, or we're going to use Selena's crowbar to open this cage up.
I still got the sword out. I could just smack it a few times.
Orkan will come over and attempt to... can you?
No. I was just gonna say, hey, whoa, wait. Where is the casino? Thought you guys were gonna take us.
They're going to give us a ride. We have to get the unicorn out first. Let's get the unicorn out first, then we'll go back to the car, and then we'll...
Okay.
Yeah. That's my understanding anyway.
Yeah, they haven't left.
If they do,
I'm watching them.
bigger issues.
Okay.
If they do, I'm turning into a giant eagle and dropping forest on them. It's fine.
Poop on them. Yeah, poop on them.
So Orkan will try picking the lock.
Okay, sure. You can make a sleight of hand check with your thieves' tools.
I can try if he...
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, this lock wasn't in the best shape, and it was actually very easy to pick. So when you're moving through, like this is like one of the easiest locks you've ever had to try to even attempt, and it unlocks. Sterling and Celestial. I don't know if you can hear Celestial. Can you understand Celestial, Orcon?
Nope. So when it starts talking Celestial, I'm just going to look at it in Primordial and just be like, well, isn't this wonderful? We can both look like idiots.
Very good. Yeah, but the rest of you that can understand what the unicorn is saying, basically just gratitude.
Translate as we go.
Yeah.
And then look at him and just be like, "You doing all right? Are you from here? How are you? How do we get you where you belong?" Is my question.
I know how I can get back. And looks towards. Oh, they took that away from them. Interesting. Oh no, it does have this. Okay. Looks towards. Selena looks like the worst injured out of everybody.
The one that took damage.
Yeah.
She got stepped on. Yeah, that makes sense.
It comes over to Selena. I don't know if Selena can understand anything the unicorn is saying.
She understands Elvish.
Elvish, okay. Oh, it switches to Elvish, and begins talking, seeing that you were injured. I'm so sorry that you were injured, for my sake. And kind of like brushes, it gets furry mane kind of like up against you, and it uses its healing touch ability on you. So you can go ahead and roll 2d8 for me, Selena, and you can add 2 hit points. It also neutralizes any diseases or poisons that you would have if you had inflicted. So 12 hit points restored back to you from the unicorn.
Selena sheds a tear. She's like, I wish I could take you home with me. You would fit right in at the farm with all the other ponies. And thank you for healing us. We're glad we were able to set you free. And she just stares at it in awe, like, oh my gosh, that's the coolest pony I've ever seen.
Thank you all. But if you excuse me, I need to be going now. And with a couple blinks of the eyes and a couple taps of the hooves, all of a sudden the unicorn just goes and just vanishes. And is gone.
Cool.
We should have just taken the pony to the casino.
That's pretty neat trick. Right, still in the hells ourselves though.
Yeah.
Off to the casino.
I go over to Selena and just wrap an arm around her shoulders as we walk to the devils, and I'll give her a bit more of the healing just to get her as close to full as we can here.
Okay, perfect.
The player can't remember this is, but I'm just wondering, did the unicorn cast a spell? Or is that an ability of theirs?
It doesn't say it's a spell.
Okay.
It says it is magic, but it doesn't say it's casting a spell.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would say no, it's not a spell, but it is a magic effect. But unicorns are magical creatures, so they can do a lot of things. Now you guys are all approaching the Venatrix to get ready to have the devils do their part of the deal now to get you guys to the casino that you were looking for. And you guys kind of strap into your seats, get yourself comfortable in the Venatrix. You can see the devils are kind of putting their helmets back on and their goggles to protect their eye protection. Selena puts a helmet on that's like 3 sizes too big. And it's... There you go. That's right. There you go.
My night goggles are on now. I have those.
And I just realized I understood the unicorn because I'm wearing the Helm of Comprehend Languages and cast it right before we got to the fight.
Oh, that was right. You did. No. So yeah, you did understand it. But they just go ahead and they start to just tear off, dust flying all around you. You can hear the roar of the engine along with the moans and screams of terrible locked souls within the engine of this thing as the Venatrix continues across this landscape. A couple of the devils, they just just continuously pour on the praise of how easily you all took down the Garistros. God, man, I tell you what, we lucked out running into you guys. I mean, man, it's made it look real easy.
Yeah, it's quite the mutually beneficial boon, really. I don't know how else we were going to get to the casino.
Yeah, well, about the casino, what are you going to the casino for anyway? I mean, you just like, you high rollers?
Oh, one can say that.
We have
some interesting stakes to play.
Well, just be careful in a place like that. You never know when somebody's going to swindle you.
You gonna try and swindle us?
Oh, almost certainly. It's kind of what devils are known for, really.
I say in Sylvan, which I also think Kior understands, if I remember correctly, but it's directed at Orcon. But they don't even realize that you have their names.
I look back over at Hazel and Sylvan, which is one of the things we can definitely gamble with at this casino. I'm certain somebody would like a couple of devil's names to be able to do devil knows what with.
I just start laughing as we tear down.
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask, how do we get off that call? Just
what?
No.
You're fine. You're fine. We won't call you.
But they just kind of exchange more small talk as you guys continue to ride along with them. Is there anything that you guys wanted to ask them or during this ride, or would you guys just be concentrating on just like some small chatter while you guys are in transit?
How long is this trip going to take?
They look at if on a good day, maybe an hour.
Okay, so we get enough time to take a short rest?
Yeah, this ride could be considered a short rest, yes. Mm-hmm.
I would ask Forrest at this point before, like probably right before we got on the Venatrix.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want my Pearl of Power? You gave up a gem for what I wanted. Do you want the Pearl to help you if you run out of spells and fight?
That requires more of a connection, right? I don't think I have space for something like that at the moment. I appreciate the gesture, but I was just as interested as you in making sure that creature went free.
I appreciate that. I just was willing to offer that up, and then all of a sudden you were like, Gem of Seeing, and then it was over.
A unicorn's got to be incredibly valuable down here. I assumed they wanted something a bit rarer.
I mean, they could have had the Pearl and my Lantern. I was willing to kind of clear out everything except for what we might need in a fight. And since I don't always have to go to the Pearl, I'm not too worried about it, but I'll keep it for now.
Yeah. Plus, the way my magic works, I don't think a Pearl, that kind of item... I only have really small magic and really big magic. I don't have the middle.
You could have gotten a couple smalls back, though.
I like that description. I've only got big magic and little magic.
Kind of true. I have first level, second level, and then I jump to fifth level for my warlock spell.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, so you guys can definitely benefit from short rest, whatever you guys need to do. Spend hit dice, whatever it is.
My divine smite slots back. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Would that give you guys enough time to get another inspired speech?
Yep.
From Hazel? What would this inspiring speech be centered around this time, Hazel?
It's still around doors, but now it's about the valuable things you find behind locked doors and how sometimes you're not meant to keep everything you find. Because she's still really pissed that they were treating a live creature as a commodity. She's very on, so it's just...
Make sure you don't put everything on black, because the sucker's bet.
Might have a bonus because of all the red soil.
And that means you all get, I think it's 22 hit point. Hold on.
22,
Yeah.
17 plus wisdom.
Yeah.
22. Everybody gets 22 temporary hit points that they can add to their characters as you feel magically inspired by this speech / lecture.
It gets like rhymey randomly in the middle because she's like slipping back into like favor sometimes when she does this, but it comes back around to just don't open things that you're not sure of, but if you find something valuable, don't be a dick.
Absolutely. So as you guys get closer to the finishing up this hour of riding along, these jagged mountains that are like imagine you're on kind of like a flat road type area in between jagged mountainous landscape here going through Avernus. These mountains give way to an unexpectedly beautiful sight, a sprawling complex. It's glittering with silver and gold. There's light that dances through the front rotunda's red stained glass dome, reflecting off the overcast sky to shower the buildings with a rosy, beautiful glow. A carved stone sign at the front of the complex reads in numerous languages, "The Red Belvedere." And the Venatrix kind of pulls up to the front of this place. You can see Nakia kind of pulls up her goggles. I think this is the place you're looking for. Red Belvedere is the finest establishment. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
I look at Kior to check subtly the rod piece to make sure we're right. Kior has the one that we're using for navigation.
Oh yeah. It's definitely pointing to this this casino that lies in front of you. Mm-hmm.
All right. If they're dropping us off here, I'll get off the Venatrix and.
And hey, thanks again, everybody. I mean, that was, you guys are amazing. And if you ever find yourself in this neck of the woods, or you ever need a ride, look us up.
I can do that. I have fun ways for doing that.
The driver, Michael's like, yeah, and if you got any more of those magic items, you can bring those too.
Maybe.
A bit less likely.
Selena pulls out her sketchbook, and I know Orcon had already gotten their names, but she says, in case we find some other magic items, I'll put you down on the list, and hands them the book. Add your name.
Oh yeah, for magic items, you get Nikea's name, you get Kypris, and you get Mikhail written down into the book.
And then, do they take gold? Or will they take gold, I guess is the better way to put it?
They probably wouldn't turn it down.
She gives them 100 gold pieces.
Oh wow, look at that. Not as good as soul coins, but we'll take it.
Can't hurt to have a little gold.
Did you give him the curse
Not ready
gold?
to start with any of her magic items.
Remember, folks, tip your Uber driver.
That's right. Absolutely.
Not 100 gold.
Especially in
To be
hell.
fair, we did all just get like 6,000 gold the other day.
Yeah. Also,
And just been stockpiling.
I was gonna say, some of us have more gold than others.
Well,
I
anyways,
spent most of mine.
we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go cash in these magic items. Hopefully, get ourselves some soul coins. We wish you luck, but hey, you guys are high rollers. I don't think you need it. And then with that, like you hear the motor begin to scream, and this thing just tears out of like the front parking lot area of the Red Belvedere, leaving you guys with this massive cloud of black and red dust and smoke as you cough it away as they tear off into the distance. And you guys are here standing out in front of this place. And I'm going to change you guys over to a new map.
Ooh.
I'm going to give you the general layout of the place so you guys can look it over. I'm going to shift ping you guys down to where you are. This is where the front entrance is.
Well, there's a dragon in the front, so I do have a bad feeling about that.
It might be Bahamut.
Unlikely. Does only have one head, though, so...
So pretty.
Could be a
Don't most of them?
takeover.
You are the
No.
one.
Take Twitch over there too, so Twitch can see what's on the map as well. Hopefully I can. So you guys are right there at the front entrance of this beautiful, lavish casino in hell.
Get prestidigitation myself again, make sure I'm proper looking.
Looking your best.
Hazel's
Excellent.
all dirty and covered in ichor, and she'll just keep walking.
I mean, I gotta admit, it's rather impressive they built all of this in hell.
Makes one wonder how long it's been here with the war and all.
Make a perception check, Orcon. Yeah, you wonder.
Lovely dragon sculpture.
So I will
It's a
say,
sculpture, right?
as you guys walk in, you can see that this place is rather crowded with a variety of devilish individuals seem to be walking around. It is a large lobby. So even though it is crowded, there's still lots of space to move about. But you also notice that there are some folks that don't really look like devilish individuals that are just kind of walking around, possibly other adventurers, maybe high rollers from another plane of existence, who knows. But you guys can smell the sweet perfume, and you can see that the glittering lights chase away all the evidence of the war-torn landscape outside. It's almost as if like you're in a completely different place when you enter in here. And there is a gilded statue of a roaring dragon that presides and pretty much consumes the center of the casino lobby. Distantly, you hear clattering of coins and patrons laughing in perpetually deep voices. There is, flying above the lobby, a winged tiefling that soars above the entire spectacle. Patches of multicolored scales freckle her skin, and she has this beautiful tailcoat that shimmers with every hue. She's flying around.
I don't even know where to begin here, honestly.
Hazel's still enraptured by the flying tiefling. She's never seen a a winged tiefling, so she's probably like just completely zoned out, staring up, like ooh. Great.
Oh, as you're staring, Hazel, the winged tiefling actually makes eye contact with you, and you wave, and the tiefling like waves back, and then starts to flutter down towards you. And
Whoops! I made a friend. Oops.
and gently rests herself down and like almost like in mid curtsy as she lands, and then stands up to full height and says, "Hello. Welcome to the Red Belvedere. Who, might I ask, am I making my acquaintance? My name is Windfall, the proprietor here."
You own this place, like all of it?
Of course. Isn't it quite a marvel?
Insight check.
I'm actually considering it's
Insight check. Okay. Insight check on whether she owns the place. Is that what you're trying to see if she's lying about that?
Not good today.
I mean,
Advantage.
Oh, advantage?
yeah, you would have advantage.
17.
You believe her. You don't see anything that would indicate she's lying to you or trying to be deceptive of any way. I don't think I've ever seen you here before. Is this your first time?
New in town.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great, newcomers. Oh, we're always love to welcome newcomers. Do you have any questions?
I look at my friends.
From what I saw outside, it is a wonderful establishment. How does one come to be the owner of such marvelous?
Oh, it's a lot of work. It really is. You know, I had to do a lot of reconstructing, and it just took us a lot of time to get to where we are now. But now we're just championing the fact that we are the greatest of establishments here in Avernus. Oh, I think I do have some art that I can show you guys too of Windfall. Let me see if I can find it really quick. I don't want to forget. Oh yeah, here's the handouts. Show to players, show to everyone. This is what Windfall looks like.
Yeah, it makes sense why Hazel stared. She's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Looks like Jester on roids.
Even with the sword rainbow colored.
Yep. Everything is glistening and colorful. Mm-hmm.
Dragon. Another dragon.
But are you interested in doing some gambling while you're here?
I think we're interested in seeing it all.
Fabulous.
Could you
That
give us
is
a
outstanding.
tour? Is there an established tour for newbies?
You know, I do have someone who can walk you around. Her name is Karina. I can have her guide you through. One thing I will say is I don't know what your preferred currency is here. Well, I can tell you that we use gold, but we also use soul coins that can be traded for our own in-house currency that we use.
So is it best for us to exchange some of our gold for these soul coins while we're at your establishment?
Well, you would, if you have gold, you would trade them in for what we call talons. That's our form of betting currency. You can trade them in right over there at the side of the lobby. And she points over. There's like a kind of like a half circle table area, like almost like a bar type thing, where there's several people. Looks like, well, people. I say devilish individuals standing back there that are transferring currency into these talons. She said, hey, and she kind of holds one up and said, they look like this, and it's a larger coin, almost like it could fit in the like a palm size coin, and both of the sides are printed with like a dragon's claw.
Okay.
What kind of games do you have here?
Oh, you know what? I'll get Karina over here. Karina can show you. I think you will enjoy it.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you, Windfall.
Absolutely. Please enjoy yourself. Explore the whole place. And she kind of gives another majestic curtsy and then just flaps back up in the air and does these like twirls and spins like she just like kind of like somebody who's like in a swimming pool all the time, but she's using the air as her like swimming pool as she's flying around. And
I turn to the group and just whisper, I figured if we got a tour guide, no one would mess with us as we check to see where the other rod piece might be.
I mean, if it's like other casinos, there's a high rollers section that we'll need to get ourselves in, most likely. That's valuable.
I will keep
That's
an eye out.
assuming it's just not locked in a vault somewhere.
who currently has the last piece of the rod?
Tony. Kior.
Or Kior. Kior, the rod is pointing to like almost like down at an angle. Almost as if it was pointing to like a basement or a cellar.
Oh, then we need to find the security door, go down the long hallway, find the elevator that goes down to the vault in the basement. No? Apparently they don't have theater in the prime material plane? Very popular in the Feywild.
I can for a short distance, but not very far. But we know what general area it's at. You said it's pointing down, right?
Yeah, it's pointing down at an angle. It's not really giving you like a pinpointed location, but you know,
just a general
just a general direction. Yeah.
Okay.
As you guys are kind of having this conversation, you see a younger female tiefling walks up, smaller horns upon the top of her head, more of like a flesh tone to her skin than like a red or blue hue or purple hue, just more like a natural skin, lighter skin flesh, and has this really bright red lipstick and heavy makeup. But walks up to you and says, Windfall, let me know that you guys need a guide.
You must be Karina then.
Karina, that is me. May I ask your names?
You may ask all you'd like, but...
That's fair. I understand.
I motion between at least myself and
Do you
Orcon.
ever come up with a brute name?
No. I motion between me and Orcon. I just say
what?
We're Fae.
You're a group from out of town and you don't have a name for yourselves?
It's been rather chaotic.
You've come all the way to hell and you don't have a name for yourself?
To be fair, we had some hiccups along the way.
It's only been about 2 weeks since we were regularly working together, and it's been kind of one giant mess after the other. We haven't had a lot of time to talk about it.
Oh, well, there's no such thing as a giant mess here in the Red Belvedere. This is a place of pure joy and satisfaction.
Maybe we'll find a name here.
That's what we're hoping for. So where do we go to first?
Well, that depends on what your interests are. There's so many things to do here. There is a place here where you can do some betting on some races. If you're interested in that sort of thing, we have these at the Alabaster racetrack. We have fiery horse races. Nightmare races, if you will. We also have what is called the Stygian Maze, If you're interested in trying to find your way out of a unique situation, you can earn quite a bit of reward from that. Or you can even just bet on others. We also have the Viridin Den. I cannot remember. Let me look. Ah, yes. That one's all about earning as much, many talons as you can possibly collect. Any of you good with cards or dice? Well, then you might like the Den.
Myself.
There's also the Cerulean Hall, and that is games of strategy and intellect. And then, of course, we have the Scarlet Colosseum. And you could say that a lot of people like to bet on several competitive outings. Some people participate in them as well. Each one of these places is run by what they call a pit master.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Like pit fiend master, or?
Oh, yes, why not? Yes, of course.
We are in Avernus, Kyo.
These pit masters are given a lot of clout from Windfall, and they are pretty much in charge of each section. And if it is even possible to earn their favor, and she kind of like whispers this to you, and it's like, and it even can grant you access to the VIP lounge, which they like to call the Dragon's Pride.
And therein lies where we will apparently need to go.
Quite likely.
You need to go there? Why do you need to go there?
It's just a hunch.
Well, if we wish to show that we are the highest rollers here, there would be no better place for us to go.
I lean towards Karina a bit, kind of like conspiratorially, like kind of playing along.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Would you happen to know if any of these pitmasters particularly like creatures from the Fae? Just to give us a little bit of an advantage here.
Creature, they don't seem to discriminate.
No.
They both have they all have a distinct love for what they do. So,
I'm sure.
Depending on the place in which you're in, if you find a way to earn their favor within that place, you might catch their eye, and they're always finding individuals and granting them their favor and giving them access to this special place.
And you need the favor of just one for the VIP lounge.
Oh, of course, yes. One favor of a pit master is enough to earn you access to the VIP lounge. Yes, the Dragon's Pride, yes.
I look at my friends. Any preference on where we head?
Colosseum might be the most straightforward. Go in, bash a few devils or demons around.
Oh, you do look strong, and she like pats you on the shoulder there, Forrest.
Yeah, you should have seen what happened to the grease trail we ran into on the way here.
Forrest, make a persuasion check for me, please.
29.
She like cuddles up a little closer to you. It's like, Garistro, please tell me all about this.
I'll distract her with some tales of the fight while everyone else decides what we do.
Aiden's just laughing. She can't even focus because there's a tiefling curling up to Forrest, and She's laughing a lot.
Better than a succubus.
Okay, so we had the racetrack, we had the maze.
We have the cards, the strategy, and the Colosseum.
Oh,
Okay,
basically,
so what's the strategy one?
that was the
Cerulean
The-
Hall?
Cerulean
So-
Hall, yes.
Games
Are
of
you guys
skill
able?
rather
Are you
than
guys
chance.
able to see the names of each one of these
No.
on the map? Okay, I just didn't know. I wanted to make sure they weren't on the GM layer so you guys could see it all.
No, I can't see them. So
Yeah, I'm just guessing based on the colors.
colors.
Oh.
Right, I'm
you
going
can't
white,
see them.
black,
Okay.
green.
No.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
here
can.
I'll put them on the. Okay, I thought you
mean,
could.
from
There
some
now. There's
descriptions,
the Colosseum.
Okay, yep. now I can-
There's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Viridian Den.
I was going
There
by colors.
is the. Oh, and I will put the title of the place actually on here. I don't know why the Red Belvedere at the top. Here's the maze, which is down here, and then the racetrack is pretty straightforward there. So there's
Yeah,
that.
those two were somewhat self-explanatory.
Yeah, and there's the lobby. So I think that's everything that was hidden from you guys is revealed now on the map.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not one for the Stygian maze. Nope. No, thank you.
Yeah,
I
with our
would say
lucky
either the
colors.
Cerulean Hall or my concern with the Colosseum is if you look over at the our guide.
Mm-hmm.
How does the Colosseum work? Is it a one-on-one or is it a battle royale?
Well, you know, it depends. Most of the time, of course, Coliseum matches are free to watch. Of course, matches usually pit two teams against each other. Usually consisting of creatures enlisted by this here establishment, the Red Belvedere. And, you know, if you're willing to try to prove your mettle, you can get involved as well if you want to step in. Before each match, the audience members can bet on which team they feel would emerge victorious. At the conclusion of the match, audience members who bet on the winning team receive twice their initial bet.
What?
So, if some of us go in and say one person is out, they bet on us to win.
I do say, I forgot to mention, it does have a little bit of, there is a little cost involved to get in the matches. It costs 15 talons to enter as a combatant.
Is that per match or like per
It would be per team.
team?
Mm-hmm.
Karina, sorry dear, what's the exchange rate between gold and talents?
Ah, good question. Good question.
Yes,
Let
it
me
is
go.
our first time here. We don't have any talent yet.
Let me consult my little guide sheet, and she starts.
Checking the currency.
Yeah, that's right. It says here that 1 talon is worth 10 gold pieces.
Hope somebody's loaded.
Hi.
I certainly got enough to buy one team's entry.
Yes, but we don't know how many times we'll have to enter.
A single soul coin can be exchanged at the casino for 300 talons.
Ah,
And you said 1 talon was how many gold pieces?
10 gold.
Selena definitely has a stash of gold coins, so
Like close to 10,000 at this point, right?
let's try 12.
12? Oh, already over 10. Spend some of that.
I mean, I
Buy yourself
have
something nice.
I have plenty of coin as well. Like I bought some stuff when we were in Finsigal, but I didn't buy a lot because I don't need a lot, and it's whatever. So I can buy us into the Coliseum.
Oh
a
man,
couple
I'm
times.
sorry, Nikki Rain. I'm just seeing all these gifts you just redeemed
wow.
in chat.
I was
Look at
waiting for a
that.
good moment to bring that up.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
forget
let me
the
go.
two- Don't
Let me go
forget
ahead.
the 2 from before.
Oh yeah, I got to add the 2 as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that now. So we'll go up to, we got 4 proficiency bonuses.
Oh my gosh.
And it looks like we've got a Game Master reroll right here.
No. That you're reading that wrong. You're reading it wrong.
That's the first one. Then you guys got a player reroll. So there's another one for you. So that, man, you guys are up to 9 of those. You guys better start using some of them. A D12 and 2 D10s. So we got a D12 in there, bringing it to 7, and then 2 D10s, bringing that to 9. Look at that. Sorry, I missed that, Nikki. Thank you so much. We appreciate
He
that.
would be in so much trouble without you. I love you.
I know. Nikki comes in and helps you guys out a lot.
Earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still in chat or not.
Chat tends to save
we
us
got
quite a bit.
a great community coming in here and sharing the love and pouring that out for you guys to use during the sessions. That's really cool.
Okay, so who's buying how much of these talons? So we can go and either Cerulean or...
I would ask Karina what the buy-in is at each of these places before we make decisions.
Oh, another great question. You're just stumping me tonight.
Sorry, just don't want to disrespect the house.
Let's
Just
see.
like to have all of our options before we make a decision.
So, the Alabaster Racetrack, let's see. Audience members can place bets, earning a payout depending on which steeds place in the top 2 of a given race. Those who bet on the first place steed receive triple their initial bet. Second place, double their initial bet. It doesn't say how much is a buy-in for this, so I think it's just whatever you bet. You either, if you bet on the horse that wins, it's up to 6 of these nightmares can race at any given time. So if you bet on the horse that wins, it'll triple your whatever you pay in. Second place will double, and of course, the rest. Well, sorry. So that's the racetrack. Cerulean Hall. These are games of strategy and intellect, such as Dragon Chess and 3 Dragon Ante. The room is actually divided into 3 sections based on skill. There's amateur players section, an intermediate section, and an expert players section. The minimum bet to participate in a game is 15 talons, regardless of the section. So that would be the buy-in for there. And then that's kind of more traditional, like, gambling. So you'd probably have to raise bets and keep them going, to keep in. As far as we already did the Colosseum, right? The maze, it's definitely, it's a challenge of your navigation skills and your adventuring prowess. You traverse these magically shifting hallways in search of treasure, avoiding the perils along the way. Entering the maze costs 20 talons per participant. And you can explore the maze alone or in groups. Your choice. And then the Viridian Den.
Whatever you find in the maze is the point. Like, it's a high buy-in to keep whatever you come out with. Is that my understanding?
I believe so. You might have to speak to the pitmaster, Kaylin Renaldin, for more details on that.
Okay.
The Viridian Den. These are. There's a few games within the Viridian Den that you can participate in. One is called the Drake's Auction. It's a card game where the minimum bet is 20 talons. And it's a game to amass the highest ranking hand of cards. Then there's a game called Triple Hydra. That minimum bet for that game is 25 talons. It's a dice game. So what do you all think, huh? Sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it?
Certainly. quite the array of options before us.
Oh, this pales in comparison to slaying a huge Garistro.
The teams in the Colosseum, you said that they are essentially hired fighters from the casino?
Oh, yes, yes. We pit our participants against the most challenging of foes. Makes for greater entertainment.
How many Garistros are on staff?
Won't find any Garistro here.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's something worse.
Selena's vote is for the racetrack and avoiding the maze at all costs.
Yeah, I don't want to get the maze.
I'm definitely leaning towards the Colosseum myself. I
Well, the Colosseum
think
just
it's
sounds...
more straightforward.
Well, of course, you don't have to all go the same place. You can visit multiple rooms.
We could swing by the racetrack just to watch when we don't have to bet on every race, correct? So we could watch a race and see.
Of course, watching is free.
Go check it out. And
Watching
then,
doesn't get us where we need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should at least get us some talents to begin with.
Yeah. let's go do
Watching does not line your
currency-
pockets. No, it doesn't.
Currency exchange, I think
Should we
first.
start with 100 or so?
Say again?
Should we start with 100 or so?
100 talons or 100 gold?
100 down. Alright, minimum bets are 15, so 100's really not going to go that far.
Yeah.
We can always buy more if we need it.
Orkun's gonna dump his load and get 150 talons for 1,500 gold.
All right, cashing in. Okay. You can go
Yeah, I'll
ahead
get
and you might have to put that in your notes section of your. I don't know if D&D Beyond has like a special currency section. Do they have like
Put it
an
in your
other?
Electrum. We're not going to use Electrum.
Yeah, yeah. You can put it in Electrum. That's fine.
Hey, there we go.
Um,
Actually, you know what? Oh yeah, I'll use Electrum because we don't use it at all. Because I could just use copper because I literally have 1 gold piece right now.
Hazel would also go exchange. It's 15 talons per team in the Scarlet Coliseum, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But then someone else could, like, if we don't all go in, whoever's not in could bet on us to win.
In
Oh, you know
world
what?
do you think we would all
I'm gonna backtrack myself. I did not read that right. It costs 15 talons to enter the Colosseum as a combatant, singular.
Okay.
So that would probably mean each, because there's a maximum of 3 combatants that are allowed on the patron's team. If all 3 combatant slots aren't filled by characters, the remaining slots are filled by the casino.
Hazel would go exchange the gold to get like 750. So let's exchange 750 gold to get the 75 talons for the Coliseum buy-in.
It would be 45 if it's 50.
15, 30.
He said 3 combat.
Oh, for 3 combat.
Yeah, only 3
Okay.
can enter. Mm-hmm.
Only 3 can enter. All right. I'll still get some extra talons in case we
Decide to place a bet on ourselves.
yeah. Okay. Look at me. Okay.
Don't particularly like the odds of the racetrack. Too easy to lose all the money.
What's
Oh, you
what's
getting
Kior?
money to bet as well?
What's Kior thinking about all this? Is Kior gonna exchange any coin for talons, or?
Kior is he's wants to do not an investigation, but he wants to look at what they're exchanging for. wants to
So,
take
yeah.
a look at what the coinage looks like. But
pass
not, I'm not going to take it out of anyone's hand, of course. I just
No,
want
I
to
would.
see
Yeah.
what
I would give them.
It's just kind of like a large metal coin that has a dragon claw printed on both sides. Very distinct. Definitely would be probably only a value here at the casino.
When we leave, can we exchange the talents we have back?
Oh, of course, of course.
Can we use
double check
gold
it.
at the table? I mean,
No,
turn it
no.
in.
No, we strictly only use talons in the for betting purposes.
Understood. I will watch. I'm not much of a gambler.
Oh, that's
I'm pretty
uh,
tight.
50 talents.
I don't like spending.
Yeah, I'm okay to have some betting coin as well as buying coin on me, but I'm happy to foot it for the Coliseum if that's where we're headed. I think
Karina kind of like elbows Forrest after hearing Kior say that. I give him 15, possibly 20 minutes. He'll change his mind. He'll come through.
Uh-oh. Anchored.
He's a rather straight-laced fellow.
Literally the opposite of what his core self is. It's terrible.
He's a rather straight-laced fellow. I'm sure he'll make it at least an hour.
And that's
I have to do an insight check on her, right?
We
You
got
can if you
two
like.
more promos in chat.
2 more probos. Whoa, chat is... Oh, yeah,
Thank you,
look
Bo.
at that. Thank you, Bo. We'll put those 2 probos in there. Guys are definitely getting those back up. Back to 6 of those. Guys used a bunch of those.
Low.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can roll advantage on that insight check as well, Kior.
I did. I got an 11.
Oh, wait, that was with advantage? Okay.
Oh, I
yeah.
see.
Oh,
There's another
wait,
one.
no, that was just regular. Hold on.
Yeah, it does,
What
it
is
doesn't...
the
I
advantage
don't
to?
think-
How does advantage come into play in this? I don't know the mechanic of that one.
We got
Yeah,
it
it's-
from
You guys got it from there's a Vecna boon in this game where you guys are all kind of like linked to Vecna in a way, so you have advantage on all insight checks for the whole campaign.
Okay, gotcha.
You joined the campaign later, so I may not have put that gave you that information, so I apologize.
Okay.
I mean,
Until
yeah,
14.
she's just trying to have a little fun, really. She just seems like she's just joking around, and you can definitely tell she's got a thing for Forrest.
We will talk about that much later.
No, we don't. Watch him fall.
He's already half fallen.
An epic poster at the end of this campaign with Forrest standing on top of just a pile of corpse bodies, holding the sword of Kos with a hot tiefling on his shoulder. Like, it's like on the side.
Yep. That's gonna be how this ends.
That's it.
When the TPK happens and because Forrest turns on us, that's how come.
Yep. It's
Well, the good
our
news is the
bodies
sword
that
really
are.
wants Vecna dead, so it won't
Yeah,
happen
there's-
until after that.
There's clearly a purple skeleton, and you know,
Orcon's lantern can be seen there.
cracked and on its side.
And a sword in the background, just catching stuff on fire.
Nah, Selena's
That's-
the one who survives with like her dagger just like right behind Forrest, behind the throne on the body, just like final girl revenge.
Awesome.
It's no longer Vecna, now we're all plotting to kill Forrest.
Yep.
What?
Forrest becomes the big bad evil guy.
You could with that sword. Just anyway. Any
So
preference, anyone?
I'm hearing that a lot of you want to go to the Coliseum.
Well, I've said that. I don't know what everyone else said.
Selena was
like
interested
the
in the racetrack, or you guys can't split up. You don't have to be all together. It's up to you.
Could also just go watch a race together and then move on towards the Coliseum. I think it's more curiosity than immediate betting.
That's mostly what it is. They said fire horses, and
Oh, they did mention nightmares. What you're thinking of as a horse is probably going to surprise you when you see them.
even more the
Still.
reason she wants to go add something else to her sketchbook.
Hazel looks at Forrest and is just like, you thought that would deter her.
Selena's just giggling.
I mean, the name Nightmare isn't for fun. Rather fitting.
She sleeps next to me every night.
You're far more cuddly than a nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure I chew in my sleep sometimes.
Yeah, with a nightmare, we'll probably just bite.
She's tough.
So we want to go to the races first?
Just check it out, I think. Mostly I want to make Michael describe a fiery pony.
I've got some visuals too for that.
Yes.
So you guys want Karina to escort you to the racetrack? Okay. So you guys walk by. What? Somebody was interrupting. Was somebody saying something?
I'm gonna make a roll to see whether or not he'd wander off or if he'd do it later.
Okay.
Why are you not rolling?
A 9.
As they start heading off towards the racetrack, Orcon is starting to wander towards the maze.
Okay, excellent. So
As Hazel made the comment, if you find things in there that you could keep it, and she said yes.
She said you have to talk to the pitmaster.
So are you trying to be sneaky as you're wandering off, or are you just kind of just
Trying.
walking?
Probably not. It's probably more like everyone started to walk toward, like the entire group's made the decision to try to walk away, and Orcon's just in his own little world and going, I could walk, and just starts wandering off the other direction, not paying attention.
Yeah, so basically the way this lobby area works, if you guys see these stairs over here, those are going to lead you up to the racetrack. The stairs over here are the ones that Orcon's going. So immediately upon starting to walk, Orcon is going in the opposite direction. He's not hiding it.
The race. I'll make sure Orcon doesn't get into too much trouble.
I just stare at them and then I look back at Kior and Selena. Races, find them, and then figure out what we're doing.
So I'll agree to meet
Unless
at the
you want me to
Coliseum
go
afterwards,
follow.
yeah?
How about how long of time?
I don't know how long the races are. 30 minutes or so?
Well, if it's anything like Death Race 2000, it might be over a lot sooner than that.
We'll find out.
Yeah, you could catch a few races, you know? No need to rush.
Scope the field a little bit. And
Yeah.
Let's
I
just
don't know
need to
how big
rush.
the casino is, so it might take a minute to walk between all the places. 30 minutes sounds good.
I could put Hunter's Mark on him.
Could.
Hunter's Mark.
On Orcon or on Forest?
on Orcon. That way I can find him.
I think Hunter's Mark just happens. I don't think there's a saving throw for it either. I think
No,
it
yeah,
just...
it's just on.
Nope.
it just Okay. Yeah, so Forest, Orcon, if you guys want to move like your tokens up towards the maze, you guys can move your tokens in that direction, while the rest of you move your tokens up towards the Alabaster racetrack. I will go ahead and start with Orcon and Forest. As you guys walk towards the maze, this area's foyer is carved from glistening obsidian. There is a very lavish but kind of gray toned fleshed man with a very, very chiseled facial features. As he smiles, you can see he has these two fangs that kind of stick down in his mouth. He has a high collared cloak that sits, and he sits on an intricately carved behind a desk, and next to which is a simple stone doorway. Behind the desk, a floor-to-ceiling window overlooks this massive stone maze shrouded by fog.
Like much more of a vampire if you tried, quite honestly.
Oh, I'm
I wasn't saying that like to him. I was just.
Oh, yes, yeah. And actually, I might have a picture of him. Let me see if I do. I do. Yeah, here's what this guy looks like. Show to players, show to everyone. Here is Kalen. This is what he looks like.
Well,
It's creepy.
enforced your statement wasn't far off at all.
And actually, you approach the desk. You approach the desk, and you can see that there's a lot of people kind of like standing along the glass behind them. There's like it's almost as if you had, I guess the best way to describe it. Do you guys remember, how many of you have seen the newer Dungeons and Dragons movie that just came out like last year or the year before?
Oh, yeah.
Like at the end when they're all up, like the rich people are up in the skybox, like overlooking the maze area, like betting on the people that are going through. It's kind of like that, where you're like way up above and there's glass and you can see down into the maze. And there's people like just watching other people going through it and making bets on if they think they're gonna make it out or find some things and stuff like that. So you got that.
The party. Do we see
What's
the party
that?
from the D&D cartoon going?
Yes, you do. Yeah, they're jogging through it. Absolutely. But this individual like looks towards you. And says, oh, welcome, newcomers. I see. Interested in delving through the maze for maybe take home a few of its treasures?
That certainly sounds interesting. Is there... We've heard of the treasures. What are the traps and tribulations within the maze?
Oh, well, you see, there's some many perils along the way. I couldn't have people just roaming about, dilly-dallying and just making themselves rich at my expense. Treasure stashes found throughout the maze typically contain talons, although there are some that also include soul coins, which are very much a very prized commodity here.
Yes, I heard they were worth a rather large sum of talons should you come across one.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are. They're indeed useful. And you see he opens up like a pouch and he holds the soul coin up and he's like, yes, they do a lot for us here in Inverness. A lot. And he goes and he licks the soul coin.
Oh.
And then sticks it back into his pouch and closes it back up.
The heck?
Certainly hope the ones we're going to find haven't been licked by you.
So good.
I'll lick my own, but... what does it cost to enter your domain?
Oh, a mere 20 talons gets you access to the maze. You can go together if you'd like for 40.
Shall we, old boy?
Yeah, that's the worst that could happen.
It depends on whether or not you tell Hazel what's going on right now.
I'm looking out there. All the doors aren't doors; they're already open.
Yes, that's a good point. Suppose as long as there's no doorknob, we're not breaking any rule.
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
I'm taking my cow with me.
Did you just go forest a cow?
I believe he is.
That's my cow. Oh, goodness.
Concentrating on Hunter's Mark. He's still alive, I take it.
He's still alive.
Yes, still alive.
Forrest, do
Good
you
for
pay
an
your
hour.
own way, or do I have to pay for you?
I only really took enough for a Coliseum entry for a team.
I'll pay the 40 then.
So Orkon forks over 40 talons to Kaelin, who just smiles with glee, and how exciting! Remember, in various places within the maze, you will find such riches, but be careful. Perilous situations could be around any corner.
We're quite familiar with those.
Should be easy for you then. So, as you guys cash in and get yourselves prepared to enter the maze, I'm going to take us over to our horse racing friends on the other side of the Red Belvedere as they enter the Alabaster racetrack. So you can see that sleek white pillars surround what looks to be what you would imagine like a horse racing track. The stands bustle with patrons. It is jam-packed all the way around this Coliseum, all eager to bet on the impending race that's about to happen. You can see one race is just finishing up, and you catch a glimpse of some of these individuals. It looks like these small devilish creatures are riding upon the back of these jet black sleek horses, but where their hair of manes and tails should be are licking and terrifying red flames coming off of these horses as they are just flying and ripping and tearing down the track. I think I have a handout that I can show you, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Show to players, show to everyone. Here's what a nightmare horse looks like.
So cute.
Can I pet that dog?
But yeah, that's what they look like. They have like the little devil jockeys like on the back of them. Some of them like imps and other little devils like riding on the back of these horses as they cross the finish line when you guys initially enter. You can hear announcements being made over massive magical loudspeakers as crowds begin to cheer and excitedly you can see somebody just takes and looks like they're just like throwing a bunch of talons in the air as they just must have just won it big within this last race. But as you're walking around, like a devil walks up to you guys approaching. But you're interested in placing a bet? Next race will be starting soon.
What can you tell me about the ones that are up?
The ones that are up. Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. Why didn't it give me any cool horse names in this module?
Seabiscuit.
You mean burnt biscuit?
Hell Rider.
There's one. One's a very popular one that's coming up. This has the best odds of winning a boomerang.
What
We
about
also
Sailor
got
Hot?
What about Marshmallow?
I don't think Marshmallow's on the docket to race today. How'd you know about Marshmallow?
I point to like a small devil child that says has a shirt on that says I love marshmallow that runs by.
Oh yeah, I forgot that we gave those free T-shirts out to the first 100 people that came in last week. Strange. Yeah, well, I got another one. A Fire Knight. That's a good one. Shadow Blaze. That name really never made sense to me.
But Marshmallow does.
Hey, you dissing Marshmallow?
No. I'm loving Marshmallow.
Yeah, we all do. You can see, like, he's wearing a jacket, but underneath his jacket, you can see he has the same Marshmallow shirt on as that little kid that they pointed to.
Are there any other horses in the next race, or is it those three?
Those were the important ones. I
When he
can't
says those
remember
are
all
the
the horses we
important
have.
ones, when he says that, I want to insight check him to see if there really are no other important ones, and also to just try to gauge who he, like, if he said a name a certain way to tell me if he thinks that one's actually going to win.
Okay, sure.
So
Lena would also be curious because she.
Sure, yeah, you guys
She's
can make
cool.
insight checks if you'd like to insight check this guy. Sure. Oh, wow, look at those.
tell me everything.
I will say this. These are devils, so they're very deceptive. Yeah, go ahead. So the only person that would probably pick this up would be Hazel with a natural 20 with a 31. You get the idea that he's not 100% sure if the names of the horses that he is saying are actually the names of the horses that are in the races. He doesn't really know what he's really talking about, but he's being awfully convincing about it.
This is just like someone who like walked up to us, right? Like
He looks like
Is he
he's somebody that's taking bets. Like he definitely works for the casino.
I don't like that he
Taking
doesn't
bets
seem
on-
to know what he's doing. Yeah.
Taking bets on horses that may not be racing today.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I will just say to him, we'll come back. We wanna check out a race beginning to end, and then we'll come back to you to place our bets if that's all right. We've never seen these races before, so we want to make sure we understand all the rules.
Oh, sure. No problem. No problem. I'll let you get comfortable. Enjoy the race. You'll love it. The kids love it.
Excellent.
I don't even know how they got in here. I thought there was an age limit on this place. I don't even know anymore. And he walks away.
Hell with the rules.
Yep. And I'll say to Kiora and Selena that like he wasn't even sure those were the horses that were on the next race. So let's watch one and then find someone who actually knows what they're doing.
That sounds like a good plan.
As you guys are doing this, a really dazzling looking elf in a stylish white suit, and the suit jacket that he's wearing is like long, like it almost comes down to his knees, and he's carrying himself with just this aura of haughtiness as he kind of like walks up to you guys. It's like, hey, you looking to make some coin, huh? I'm in it to win big. I've got a little trick plan that'll clinch this race in my favor, winning me 1,000 talons at least. You want in?
Lena
Insight.
looks at Hazel. Like,
Insight check? You can insight check it if you want. What were you gonna say, Selena?
she's just gonna look at Hazel after the last guy. She's not really trusting her instincts around these people.
That's roll another insight check on this guy.
Ooh. Take it away, Hazel.
Wow.
Hazel's used to tricky creatures.
Yeah, I will say you, both Selena and Hazel, well, and actually all three of you, this doesn't seem like this person's true form. There's a guise here, and you just have a hunch like this is someone just trying to possibly just encourage cheating.
Yeah, it's like a scam.
Yeah.
Or to get us thrown out and take all of our talents as punishment.
Hey, I'll give you a cut of the winnings, and if all goes swimmingly, I'll take you to the elite floor.
And what gives you the right to take us to the elite floor?
The thousands of talents I'll be swimming in. And of course, you too. Talents can get you a long way here in the Red Belvedere.
You said he's elvish? You said he looks like an elf?
He looks like an elf, yep. Definitely high elf in appearance.
She leans in, like, as if we're, like, co-conspirators at this moment. Let me think how I want to say this.
How close are you leaning in?
Not super close, like, ducking my head as if I'm gonna, like, we're trying to quietly make a deal, but not, like, not breathing in this person's ear, kind of thing. And we'll just say, I fell for a trick like this once before. I'm not likely to do it again. And if you'd like me to show the pitmaster that there's a cheater amongst their midst, I'm happy to reveal that too. But if you'd leave us alone, we never had this conversation.
The offer remains on the table. Think about it if you wish. And he properly like stands up tall and then walks and kind of disappears into the crowd. Make all three of you make investigation checks for me.
Oh, that's gonna go so great for Hazel.
As you're all three like watching.
Investigation checks are just regular, right? No.
Yes, these would be regular. Yep.
That is exactly how that roll should go for Hazel. She's not smart.
13
Hazel's
to 2.
more about the
A
vibe.
30.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Thank God
Look
for
at
Kior.
that.
Eeyore, you should be with us at the maze.
You guys want to wander off?
Kior was needed at the maze, that's right. Kior, you're noticing as this elf is moving away and walking through the crowd, you see a couple of instances where this slender elf seems to be... There are people like acting like they're bumping into something, but the elf isn't actually bumping into them. Almost as if like there is a bigger form pushing its way through that is looking like a slender elf. Whatever is this creature is much larger than this elf. The illusion is masking it.
I turn to Hazel and Selena and point out, watch as he walks, or that creature walks by everyone. Notice how they all move farther away from him as though it is bigger than it seems.
And with a 30, I will also say this. As you look down where that elf stood, there are a couple of bright white spiny hairs laying on the ground.
You have the bottles to collect stuff.
Yeah. I will gather the hairs and into a jar, one of my many jars.
Got it. And as you gather that up, and we take a zoom out and look at this beautiful establishment known as the Red Belvedere. All the gambling and the excitement and the fighting and the racing and the maze delving that happens within. We'll see how our adventurers handle it the next time we join in our next episode of Vecna, Eve of Ruin.
Woo!
Hey, you guys are inside.
We're in the wrong place. Theo should be delving into the mine. And if Orkun was over there, we'd know what that thing actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Orkun's got the true sight. Yeah, you can see right through it, right? Yeah.
I honestly was like, I could cast Moonbeam. That would cause another problem.
Please do not cast spells offensively inside the casino full of devils.
You're not here.
What an awesome game. That was a lot of fun, guys. I'm excited to see what happens when we get back together in 2 weeks. Remember, guys, we are off next Monday. I'll be on vacation, but we'll be back the following Monday after that to see how this goes, as they are milling about trying to earn the favor of one of these pit masters so they can enter the VIP lounge known as the Dragon's Pride. So we'll see how they do when we get back. So I know, what is a vacation if not playing D&D with your friends? I get it, Agpa. I see your point. Checkmate.
You planned your vacation wrong.
That's right. Planned my vacation wrong. That's all right. That's all right. I need a week at the beach. It'll be nice. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you all those of you that turned in some Probo chips to buy all of our players and myself some re-rolls and some inspiration. What's that?
What are we up to on those now?
Oh yeah, we got a lot. You got a lot. We got you got 6 proficiency bonuses. You got 5d6s, 7d8s, 9d10s, 7d12s. I've got 7 rerolls myself, and then we've got the 9 player rerolls. So you guys are looking pretty good. It might be useful delving through a maze next time.
Quite possible.
Into a maze.
I think it's
like an illusion. I can just walk right through it.
I just love the fact it's like, yeah, we're just gonna go watch. We're just gonna go look. Immediately upon entering the table, yeah, I'm in. Yeah, that's how I'm going.
Just go take a look.
I'm in. You coming with me? Of course.
They go in.
So
I'm threatening people. It's fine.
I love it. It's gonna be great. We'll see how it turns out whenever we return. But in the meantime, if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for watching. Don't forget to add your proficiency bonus. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye, everybody.